Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very creamy banana oat milk milkshake, and it is 30 degrees. Why hasn't that popped up previously? Normally it does. I've obviously missed it. It's a heat wave. Yes, anyway, previously in Prison Architect, we were trying to finish things off. It didn't go too well because, well, basically lots of fights, and specifically we've had some of our protective custody inmates taken out because, well, one was, I believe, a snitch, and we also had a cop killer as well. We're on 40% of that gang welfare, so I don't think we'll finish it for the series, but at least we've made some attempt to do it. And this has also been, I think, the most successful reform facility, gang reform anyway, as in I've at least had at least one person pass it. So yeah, there is that, and obviously lots of things learned. Either way, we have this episode to finish things off, which is mainly flooring and dealing with the weather. I'm just surprised that the weather machine is well, we didn't get the pop-up, obviously it was busy while that was happening, but yeah, we can see we've got lots and lots of heat waves and stuff, but that's going to rile up the inmates because it is warm. But you can see we've got lots of flooring that we've ordered, so in and around the yard here. We've got some at the shop, we've got some grass around here, I've placed some other bits, and we need to do things like the cell blocks and stuff, so that's a standard procedure. I will sell all the remaining shares that I can, but that's only once we've had, I think it's 24 or 48 hours of no fatalities within the facility. And well, you can see everything's broken. So this is where we have the bars getting too hot and they sort of lock shut, they sort of expand, and then they won't go any further. So we'll have to see what we can do about that one. We have some prisoner intake, as is standard. Just going to double check our gangs, which is what we do. And no real danger there. Or we have some inmates here who are, yes, they are getting the effect of overheating. And in fact, tased for that guy there. Paul Welsh. Yeah, at least this isn't the old school of weather and temperature where you can have people die because of the extreme temperature, of the extreme heat. So yeah, gang members being furious because, well, this guy's getting punished. So I'm going to turn that off. We've got enough to deal with without having to worry about that guy. There is drinks fountains in here. There are drinks fountains there. We haven't got fans and stuff, but we've got other things. I'm just going to go to, there we go, sell shares and sell again. So that's taking us down to 50% of the facility that we own. However, 112,000 generic units of currency, more than enough with another grant to finish it off. And I will pick up another grant because why not? Even though we're not going to complete it, we are very entitled because we do have bureaucracy extra grants. We can pick up 3 grants at any one time. So we might as well pick up the one that's going to give us the most money, which is prison manufacturing facility, 132,000. If I can't finish this off with that amount of money, then, well, there's something wrong. So let's go ahead and sort out, we'll give the staff area a little bit of a treat. I'm going to go with maybe blue carpet throughout the majority of the facility, so things like that. This will still be walkway, which is going to be concrete tiles. Although, do we go with something else? Let's go with fancy tiles, because why not? Why not? We'll do that, and then fancy tiles down here. Fancy tiles are actually not that expensive. They're only 10. In fact, fancy tiles are the same amount of money as the concrete tiles, which is always puzzled me, but there you go. The training room, we will put in some concrete stuff, same as here. I do need the walkways around, so I'll do just that. So it's going to go along and then down here. And then I don't really need the other side, truth be told, but, you know, we'll see. Let's landscape it. We'll just put in, well, it doesn't really matter, but we'll put in sand across there just so we can get access to the other side. Just so we can put the flooring in and such. It's going to probably end there. I don't think it's going to go... Does it go all the way around? No, that one just squares off. So this is going to be a similar thing. So back over to... Was there boats and stuff? Oh, yeah. Boats and docks and things like that. Right, over to the flooring once again. And like I say, we're going to spend a fair bit of time on the flooring and indeed reflection of the facility. You know, how we think we've done, etc. I think not overly terrible, is the best I can hope for this one. Do I want to walk way into here? No, it's going to be too much work for absolutely zero payoff, so I'm not going to do it. But I do want to finish these corner bits off because it'll look quite good. So there and there and in here. I think I've not done that bit there, like that. And then it is concrete. Concrete like that. I was going to put more of these backup generators in, but as soon as I've went over from... Basically, you've got a power station, which is it can be affected by this extreme weather and such. And you don't get any money for. If you just go with green energy, you'll do all right. You'll be fine. So in here, I'm going to put a bit of mosaic. I'm going to put a bit of mosaic on the other side. In fact, I might go mosaic for the cell blocks. I haven't decided. Actually, no, we'll go mosaic for here. I am going to go with ceramic in this area. I don't think I'm going to put any flooring in there. There is flooring in the little bits here. It's just standard concrete, so it doesn't really much matter. For security rooms, then, we often use wooden floor, and I will do that. And I think we're going to do the same for all of the officers here as well. And you can tell I'm not concerned now about the amount of money that this is costing. For all of this, it's just going to be... oh, well, it depends, actually. The canteen is supposed to be a different colour, because it's supposed to be the white tiles. So I'll change that to that. The rest of it we'll just have as concrete tiles because, well, there's not much else really that we need for it. Let's do that for now. Okay, so obviously it's going to take a while for the workers to do that because naturally I've just spent loads of time and money on, well, lots of orders to do all of that. And we've still got these guys, delivery men, just stuck. So yeah, they are cracking on with that. Still on 40% with our gang welfare to successfully reform 15 gang members to ex-gang members. As I said, it's actually been the most amount of gang reform that I think I've ever managed. I don't know if I've ever passed that, put it that way. But that sort of leads on to this facility, and, well, has it been a success? I don't think it's been a failure, and we've definitely accomplished what we want to do, which is Gang Island. Didn't, however, run with the idea for 3 identical but separate cell blocks that have the 3 gang members, so Vipers, Jackals, Bonebreakers. The main reason for that is I thought we could move them around manually, but it was just going to take far too long, and the automated stuff will work. Extra supplies. Yes, it will work. Where were we? Yes, this here, Vipers, Bonebreakers, Jackals, and ex-gang members. But it also doesn't account for non-gang members. So that's where we sort of fell down a little bit, sadly, with that one. We're going to do intelligence, informants, any potential... No CIs there. Okay. What about security? We'll have a look at security. We'll still have Chop there, who's waiting. But yeah, if it was to redo it, I don't know if we do it on an island. It doesn't provide us with any extras, apart from the challenge, and stuff always being thrown in. You can fix that, by the way. People suggest if you buy the land all the way around the outside, that wouldn't do anything. If it's 10 miles of ocean either direction, it wouldn't matter. The game calculates stuff from being thrown in from the edge, what it classes as the perimeter wall, which is the edge closest to the physical edge of this map. So even though there's water here, it counts the distance from there onwards. So you'd have to have a wall and then a gap of 8 and then another wall, and because things can only be thrown 10 over, so that would make 11. Yeah, from where they would be standing. Something along those lines. Either way, what I'm trying to say is having expansion all around, in my experience, would not help. But yeah, redoing this, having another cell block, probably changing the categories a bit. The whole having a separate area for the gang leaders so they don't... There's severe weather detected again. Yeah, another hot spell. Having a whole area just for them to be so they don't cause too much trouble. Probably the biggest point of contention because... And rightly so, people say, well, what's the point? You know, because then you're just doing this. You know, it means that you're never going to get the full gang experience. That is true, but then if you let them run around and take over the area, is that what you're supposed to do? Like, what is the goal? The goal for this one was always to be reform, and well, even with all of the mitigation that we've put in place, it's still got violence and it's still got lots of gang members. How many we're up to? We're up to 24, 20, 30 gang members nearly. 29 gang members, and we've got maximum safe capacity of 77. So, yeah, it's not ideal. Let me do a guard investigation, because why not? The facility is looking a lot more colourful now, which is good. I don't know, what can I put in here? Can't put gravel in the yard. Reclaimed rubber. It's expensive though. And what are we going to put in the main walkway? What are we going to put in the cell blocks? That's the question. I think... I mean, iron floor? What would go well with the concrete? I mean, we could do metal flooring. Cargo flooring. We could go with all sorts, because we've got the money for it now. Limestone. Too expensive. Too expensive. What am I talking about too expensive? We've got the money. 4 grand. 9 grand. Times 3 and... No, maybe times 4 and a bit. Is what we're going to go with. Because why not? All of the cells are going to be that. Oh, I've actually built them too far. Doesn't matter. So it's going to be this. And this. Hopefully the foreman's telling us free stuff. Yay! Logistical error. Free stuff. Good. But that's obviously... yeah. More stuck boat, I would imagine. Look at that. Preparing and teaching parole hearing. I don't think they're doing... Well, they might be doing it remotely from the dock. From the dock, I might be doing that. Oh, here's the heat wave. We knew this was coming. And actually, that's going to cause... Oh, there's Chop! No, the butcher's gone! Killed for being a snitch. They survived quite a while, though. They did indeed. Security... Vulnerable, still the normal amount. Let's go with tattoo removal. 6 finished, 6 passed. If I put any more in, doesn't say they're going to be in there, but we can do it. We don't have any safety net now, though, when it comes to... why are all these stuck? Do we have enough guard? We could... I can get a couple more. We could stand for a couple more guards. Another dog handler. Don't know what's gone on there. I do actually. It's where we had the line tiles, but now I won't be able to redo it. Oh no, I can because it's corner pieces. You can't redo line tiles with another line tiles because it's the same thing, even though the rotation's different. But you can change it by changing it to something else. And yes, definitely used a lot of line tiles in this series. But yeah, we've turned on for this thing. A lot of people also ask for every prison. It's not an every prison, but it's close to, right? Gangs, events, islands, weather and temperature, staff needs, escape plans. Yes, we didn't do farming. Oh, green energy, we've done that as well. Gang rehabilitation. So yeah, we didn't do farming, we didn't do bakery. We haven't done criminally insane or death row. Those are the big standout ones, I would argue. But yeah, we have a lot included in this series. So hopefully that is of interest. I do like the look of the flooring there. Don't know what we're going to put in between it. I'm tempted with the mosaic because it's very reasonably priced. Yeah, let me do another guard investigation. I don't know who we're going to get this time to do it. but we'll see. But out of all of it, yeah, that's all fine. Out of all of it, I think the rats I wouldn't put on again. I would also probably not go with the vent. I probably wouldn't bother with the vents, because that means subsidence. And truth be told, it's an absolute pain until you put, basically, you just spend a lot of money putting in the rebar, and then after that, you can just forget about it. Yeah. So, obviously, it's all down to personal preference. My preference is to not run with it for a little while again. On this corner here, I think we are going to probably finish off the flooring with some corner pieces, like that. Around here, training room. Go with a bit of wooden floor in both of these areas. In here. Green energy goal 9 is completed. The output of all green energy sources has been increased by a factor of 2. So that's fully charged 100 batteries, and we've done that now. And that means that basically, by negating the negative effects and boosting the positive effects of the green energy, and now that, this power export meter is going to, well, we're gonna peg the dial. The dial's just gonna go whack and just hit the far end. Maxed it, not going any further. Job done. We'll probably get the 5,000 every day, realistically. So that's all good. Oh. Bit of fighting over there. How are they doing with the flooring? Flooring's alright there, flooring's alright there. Not so good there. Killed by a prisoner with a shank. Well, that guy's got chocolate though. There's Jackson. How they've afforded that? Gang members can't work in the traditional sense, but they can extort money, which then obviously they can use to go in the shop. Yeah. Okay, let's just finish off some of the flooring, and I think, truth be told, it is just going to be concrete tiles, because they don't look terrible, and they will match up, like that, and to there, and to there. Again, some of the flooring is not 100% right, but it will do. Like that. And then there's this security area here, which I think we're going to go with Sulaco, just for the sake of doing something different. Definitely adding in the helipad was the way to go. Allowing in that ability to call in things like pest control, elite ops paramedics if need be, repairmen, because we did have to do that at one point. I think actually, did we do a plumber? Not sure about the plumber, actually. But certainly the other stuff. Yeah. Weather and temperature stuff has been quite fun as well. Obviously, it's been a bit of a pain, especially at the start of the series. Absolute nightmare. But making money. We have lots of room to take in new prisoners. Not so much because they are protective custody. I'm going to go for informants and activate Paul Welsh, who's got an 89% coverage. And if we activate Adam Patton, we should get 100% coverage. Just waiting for them to come in here. And there you go. 100% coverage. If we go to security, no one's been targeted. It's also not popping up in informants that anyone's been targeted. But look at all this stuff that's been... These are all being thrown in and such. But there's loads of stuff in the kitchen that we're talking about. That's curious. I don't know why there. Because it all comes through the scanner machine. And I don't think it really matters because the food, the ingredients and stuff, I don't think if you cook them up, you can cook up like the syringe and go from there and, oh, hang on. Hang on. That's fairly new to me. The solar panel, the wind solar hybrid, is overheating. It's melting. It's taken damage because of the heat. It's not even the hottest we've seen it. It's only 25. It was 26 a second ago, but we've seen it in the 30s before. Okay. Yeah. So, flooring's going in. Planning-wise, I don't think we need to any more planning. We can remove all that. Extra supplies. Cool. And yeah. Alright. So, as I said, the idea was to make an island facility that was all about reform and having extra stuff on. I think we've accomplished that. These visitor boats are piling up again. And then there's all the supplies. It was definitely a bit of a fight towards the start of the series, money-wise, and the weather and temperature was a nightmare. And we had some subsidence problems as well. But we did manage to recover from it, which is all good. Danger level flying up because gang leader has been punished. Let me just end the punishment of that. It's too warm to be worrying about it. It's a bit of a cheat, sort of. But yeah. There's still obviously this room that we don't have any use for. There's still all of this, which proves that you don't need anything else. These big cells and a canteen is all that you need for the gang leaders. Financial compensation is good. I think we probably will put in a couple more wind solar hybrids. Stop that sound certification now. Prisoner programs wise, there you go. There's more doing tattoo removal. Gang rehabilitation still good. 17 in the queue. I'm going to put more faith in that one. Fight Club and Breathe Therapy will run because it's relatively inexpensive. Although the Breathe Therapy, only one interested. Before past 40%. Behavioural Therapy we probably could have ran. Truth be told. But it means obviously more in the psychologist's office, and it's an expensive task, I believe. Let's have a look. 200 a session, one place, 5 sessions, so it's £1,000 to run over the course of 2 hours, so 10 total. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, the space here, the space here, space here at the end of them. Obviously, we made provision to change things up when necessary. I think, like I said, big change for gang facility would be cell blocks bigger than this, specifically for each gang member, each type of gang member. So the 3 different gangs, and a connected, associated canteen. That would massively help out, most likely, and stop the morning fights that you get. But changing this up has definitely helped. Should have done that a lot sooner. But it is what it is. Let me just go to electrical into wind solar hybrid. I don't know how many more we'd need. What was the financial compensation? Doesn't tell me. But I guess I could just run wind solar hybrids to the end and that'll do us. Why not? And we've still got decent money. Right then, I think we are going to leave it there for now. That has been some prison architect. Island gang facility with events, weather and temperature, escape plans. The list goes on, really. Yeah. And we've got another gang member that's been reformed. Let me just quickly find them. It's a matter of time before we finish the grant, but it's proof of concept that it does work. There's Mitchell there, who is ex-gang member. Protective custody. And hopefully they'll get back in time. Yep, there we go. Handcuffed and then brought into here. Good. There we go. As I said, hopefully you have enjoyed the series on this one. Like I say, we haven't run a sort of gang facility for a while, especially with all of the extras and such. But yeah, it has been interesting, not without its flaws, but also wouldn't class it as a failure or anything like that. But let me know what you think in the comments as regards to the build, any changes, designs, etc. And also what you would like to see in the future in terms of overall themes, what you would like to see accomplished, and that sort of thing, because we're always looking for a different angle to build on this one. Yeah, we will go from there as always. we might do an escape and or extreme testing initiative. I'm not yet sure. I'll have to have a think about that one. Extreme testing would pretty much just be more of what we've already seen, which is oh, well, Eddie Garcia. You just had to steal the thunder for the last part of the episode and the last part of the series, didn't you? You have been in the facility for so many episodes, more than half the series. Your predecessor was killed by an armed guard. And apparently, Jinx, ironically, the dead, dog handler here, probably didn't take kindly. No, dead, mauled to death by a guard dog. I'm guessing that Eddie has been fighting. Jinx has come in to stop it. They've been taken out, and the doggo has, as I said, not taken kindly to said behaviours. And they're now leaving the facility, leaving us with no gang leaders. Can't make it up. Yeah, like I say, we might do an escape, we might do an extreme testing. Extreme testing would be fairly redundant, I think, but yeah, let me know what you think in the comments on that one. Either way, it's either a new series, a couple of bit extra videos, like say testing or escapes and such, but yeah, we'll see how we get on. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.